Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Aerial Outsider podcast. I'm your host, Kyle, and this is a podcast where we talk about drones, NASCAR, football, and basketball. So, the next topic here today, I wanted to cover the small events portion of what I do as a drone business. Here's a small drone business owner in the Omaha, Nebraska area. This episode is brought to you by Netzel Air Drone Services, LLC, and I'm a full drone service company that offers construction monitoring, coverage of small events, thermal imaging, and real estate photography and videography. So, whether it's a family reunion or a local charity walk or a neighborhood block party, these moments are full of connection, energy, and there's a story behind them all. But they're often under-documented. Maybe someone takes a few phone pics, maybe there's a shaky video clip here and there, and then it's gone. Drones, they change that. With aerial footage, you can capture the scale of the event, how many people showed up, what the space was used, or how the space was used from an aerial perspective, and you can create those cinematic moments and feel like a very professional photographer on a budget. With just a simple drone. They offer new perspectives like the overhead shots of, like, say, a dance floor or a group photo, or just they pan across the scenery with the party and the background all in the same shot. And it's not just the visuals honoring the moment, it's giving something to look back on for everyone that was there, and this is saying why this mattered. So basically that's kind of how drones can elevate a small event, whether it's from a wedding to a small nonprofit to, say, maybe, a family barbecue or a family get-together. Doing something like that raises the bar for this, whatever the small event is, especially if you have a drone. This gives you the aerial view that you look for, the aerial view that just basically wows anybody that is browsing the internet and they come across your page and see an aerial photo. This is going to make them want to attend the event next year or whenever your next event is. So when I say nonprofits, I'm meaning like the nonprofits that, support different types of things like, let's fight against breast cancer, let's fight against leukemia, lymphoma, that sort of thing. Normally those, groups or events, they don't pay very much, but you get a rewarding experience out of every single one of those that you do. So, as a drone company, one of the first nonprofit events that I did was a event for a beanbag toss. It was Bags of Fun here in Omaha, and what they do is that they go around and collect goodies for kids that are in the hospital for different types of cancers and treatments, and they give that bag to that child who is suffering from whatever they're suffering from, and that child has that bag for fun to kind of get their mind off of the needle pokes and everything like that comes along with whatever they're fighting off, which they are a great group to donate to. So if you are anywhere in the world or here in the United States, look them up. They are a great group to donate to. Coming up, I will mention this, is that I am going to be doing some work for the LLS Society here in Omaha. I'm highlighting them because they are a very good group of trying to raise money to fight leukemia and lymphoma, and then there are also some blood cancers, I do believe, in that as well. But that's going to be a bigger event, the biggest event I've covered. but it touches home because we've all been affected by cancer, especially leukemia and lymphoma, very common types of cancers. But I wanted to just kind of cover it because, it touches home. Last year, I had 2 family relatives that were fighting off lymphoma, and they both beat it. So I just wanted to support them and be able to get involved as well. So that's kind of my why as to why I'm covering this event. And I so hope I can do much more for them in the future. And I'm so excited to be able to cover their event coming up. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. And also so that whoever's out there, if you're in Omaha on September 25th of 2025, go down to Stinson Park and have a great time. Raise money to support the fight against leukemia and lymphoma and all that, and have a great time. Eat some food from the food trucks that they're going to have there, as well as enjoy the fireworks show after it gets dark. So why is it compelling for nonprofits to do this sort of thing, especially when I just told you about 2 very, very good nonprofits here in the Omaha area? The number one thing is it's very compelling to them is because it creates compelling content. Especially with a drone, you can get that event covered from an aerial perspective, and you can show people as far as the community why this event is important, why, okay, yes, you are small, but you're growing. You can show that year upon year, and eventually the community is going to be, okay, yes, this is something I would like to support. And also too, it also documents the volunteer effort. So, it shows that you're getting bigger year after year. You can also reach out to other volunteer groups or any organizations that say would like to volunteer. You can tell them, hey, we got this about this number, say 500 people this year. You can tell them we're going to need about double the volunteers because we're growing to 1,000, or that's your goal. You can ask for more volunteers, and those groups are going to be more willing to volunteer just due to how, a drone can set that bar as, okay, you got the shot. Now people are starting to really see that how large the event is getting. And so the best part of it is it's affordable. You don't need a small plane to fly over, say, a park in Omaha. You can, use a drone to document any of the activities going on and everything like that. And it works in tight budgets. I've mentioned the Bags of Fun for Omaha. Very great group. I love them, and I hope they're growing. And so something like that, a drone works perfectly for them. So it's not just for the business, it's also rewarding because it touches home and you're doing a good thing in the end. So as far as like adding values, we kind of touched on all this too. It makes for great looking highlight reels of the event, especially if they're on TikTok. Now these days, yes, TikTok is the thing. And then also live streaming. There is a way to get the Mavic Mini 2 to live stream. I just haven't figured that out yet, and it's a lot more complicated, especially with the live streaming feature through the DJI Fly app. But if that's something that they'd like to do, that would be something great to do in any upcoming events, if I can figure it out. Group shots, you can do this very, very well with a drone. I've done it. I've seen it before, and I've done it before where a drone can be so far away, you go up a little bit and you can get everybody in a shot. That's the best thing about drones, is that even with a ground camera that has a wide angle lens, I think you can still get that shot while being pretty close. And then also too, the venue mapping. The venue gets advertising from your drone shots if they approach you. You can do this for the venue, not just for, the small event or whatever. Another thing that I've kind of left out is I've kind of left out the weddings part. I don't focus that much on weddings in my business, just for the fact that it's really hard to capture that moment. But also too, most weddings are inside, but and there's some outdoor receptions which I could do. But I wanted to separate myself from those photographers that do weddings, because I know that that's just a whole different industry from what I'm used to. I want to try and get more small events or nonprofits, because then you're doing something for the good, and you're bettering the community when you do it. And it's not just the final product, it's also about this experience. People love seeing the drone. From my experience, I see all these YouTube videos about the negative aspect of flying drones, but that's honestly not the case. From what I have experienced flying my drone, just if I'm out doing say just taking a spin around the lake, and somebody approaches me, they are very interested in the drone. If they ask questions, I'll answer them, and I'll kind of show them what they're seeing on the screen. And they are very wowed by the technology, because the technology is very good, especially kids. Kids love the tech stuff. They love seeing the drone. They love seeing it land. They love seeing it fly around. And they're like, wow. So basically, that's another thing too, is these kids and people that are going to be at this event, they're going to be wowed by it. They're going to be astonished. I think there's going to be a huge video board, but I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that one out. And then from a business standpoint, it builds those relationships. So if there's going to be, say, 2,000 people at this event, more than likely there's going to be more, people that I can connect with, people that oh, okay, I'll remember you the next time I need a drone shot. So with that being said, that's kind of how I run the small events part of my business. Again, I still have to look all the location stuff up with, my airspace maps. You still have to know where the location is, so that you're not interfering with air travel by other people, because obviously drones, you have to heed way to manned aircraft. That's one of the rules by the FAA. And you still have to abide by no flying over people. You still have to abide by, staying under 400 feet. But in all honesty, once you, satisfy those rules, then you're pretty good to kind of customize all this for any small event you do. And especially with doing a small profit over a wedding, the why I like doing that is because then you get more creativity. It's not just all about that moment, that specific scene of where the bride kisses the groom, with the sun in the background, and it's kind of like a shadowy looking photo with a lake in the background. Yeah, no, you're not getting that. You have more flexibility with trying to be creative with how you capture footage from a drone. So another reason why it's important is because you have to be, you don't need flashy gear to do it. You don't need to know a whole lot to do it. You just have to, work with the budget. It gives you a lot of flexibility to be creative. Creativity is a must when you're doing small events. So I just wanted to hop on and kind of explain that facet of my business. Again, I have my business on Facebook, Netzelair Drone Services LLC, as well as a podcast page, Aerial Outsider Podcast on Facebook. Both you can go and find them on Facebook. And I wanted to shout out those two nonprofits, which I have and I will be working with in the future. And go donate to them if you believe in a good cause of fighting cancer, especially among children, and especially with leukemia and lymphoma, which can strike pretty much anybody. I'm sure anybody listening to this has known or has had a friend or a family member who has cancer, if not cancer yourself, which I hope you are fighting off greatly and you are healed from it. And if you are in remission, I hope for the best that you get better. So this is the small events portion of my business. In other news today, I did see on X that the University of Arizona did update their basketball court for this season, which, to be honest, looks pretty cool. They have a giant cactus on the court with the mountains, a deserty type mountains on the court, and I actually kind of like it. So I'll see if I can go back and find that, and I'll post it to the podcast page. So if you're more of a Facebooker and you just like looking on Facebook, you guys can find it on Facebook. Thank you very much for listening. Like the show on wherever you're at, and comment if you have comments, or you could just comment on Facebook. It does not matter to me. I'll see it, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks. Bye.